off. How many of you guys, I ask you this a lot, how many of you guys love the volley? How many of you love the net? How many of you came to the net a lot today? Really? All right, listen. I'm going to tell you once again, the more volleys that you miss, what happens? Yeah, don't say you lost a point, I know that. What happens when you miss a volley? You get, what happens when you hit it out? You get, what happens when you hit it in the net? What happens when you miss the overhead? Better, you got to look at it like that. I know some of you guys just want to dive slowly at the baseline, but you're going to play people that you get a short ball and you might be coming to the net 5, 10, 15 times in a match. Then the next match, you might not be coming in more than a couple. Every match takes on a different life of its own. So you have to have the volley, because that is the #1 problem in junior tennis, okay, the transition game and the net, okay? You have to focus on this. I cannot stress this enough. Now, what I want to do, we've got a lot of little ones here, I want to talk a little bit about the technical part. #1, let's say you're already at the net. I'm not going to talk about approaching. Whenever you hold the racket, watch, bang, continental grip. If some of you guys have the wrong grip, a lot of things that I'm going to tell you, it's not going to matter. Now, the problem is, because you're not that big and strong, it doesn't feel that strong to you, but you got to have a continental grip for many reasons, okay? When you go to volley, watch this. You always want your elbows away from your body, the racket in front of you, and the racket head up. You don't want to be in here like you guys are playing the guitar or something like that. Even though I think it's good to play music, I think that's good for your creativity. But you're a tennis player. So hands in front, continental grip. Now watch this. This is the #1 mistake that I've seen over my lifetime, okay? Most people, they volley, okay, let's talk about the forehand. They volley with the arm. Now I know you're going, well, what are you supposed to volley with, your ear or your leg? No, this is what people don't understand. When we volley the ball, okay, it's a rotation. Watch my body, look. Look what I just did. The shoulders and the hip rotate. Look at this. What's the racket doing? It's moving, but the body's the car, the racket, he said passenger, t-shirt. Look, but a lot of you guys are like this. Hiya. Okay, you're like Ohio butcher, Tennessee butcher, Michigan butcher, Ukrainian butcher. You guys are doing this. No, look. I'll get into all the other stuff in a minute. Look what I do. Look, it's a rotation. You look at the best volleyers. When these guys are warming up, watch it. You'll see exactly what I'm saying. This is like on a tabletop. Look. Look at this. Now, on some shots, would you ever do something like that? Of course. But racket, the body, it's like that. You're going to be very, you're going to feel almost mechanical. Now, if someone is very stiff, then I might, some of you that I've worked with, I might have to tell you how to loosen up your hand, and I might have you put more backspin on it, but that's the art of coaching. You know, who you're saying it to that day, that minute, that hour, that second. So I need you guys to understand, look, this, how easy is this? A, B, see the racket in front of you? A, B, C, that's it. Now, the best of all the rest, who's ever volleyed the ball in tennis, they have a lot of common threads. #1, they always keep the racket eye level. Watch this. The racket's always at, unless it's way up there. The racket's at my eyes. Now let's say the ball's at my shoulder. Now let's say the ball is at my waist. Let's say it's at my knees. Let's say it's at my ankle. Let's say it's there. Look, where'd the racket go? Where's the racket? I've been telling people, bend your knees for 30 years. It don't work. It don't work. It doesn't work. Well, it kind of works a little bit. If you keep the racket eye level, what has to happen with your knees? Gotta bend. There's the tip of the century. A gold nugget from outer space. Keep it eye level. Look, I'm gonna bend, but look at this. Okay? Eye level, the racket doesn't move, it's the body. Very important. Next thing, some of the best ways to learn is to have an association. What I mean by that, or have something that you can relate to, okay? Instead of understanding every little detail about what you have to do, think of a word that would be powerful. And one of the words, okay, that has stood the test of time, I coined this long ago. When, and it's not exactly like it, but it's in what we call the neighborhood, okay? When you, that's okay, when you hit a volley, okay? Now, sure, it might depend on the height of the ball, the speed of the ball, and where you're at on the court. I get that, but this is basic stuff. When you volley the ball, I want you to think of one word. Some of you guys that have been here or here all the time, what should you think of? What? Who said catch? All right, you get a shirt. Okay, what? I'm going to throw the ball. You ready? I'm going to throw the ball. Be ready. If you're not ready, you'll get a facial. Look, I didn't even throw the ball yet, and everybody went like this. I didn't even throw it. I'm going to throw the ball. Ready? Better. Be ready. You get a facial. You know what that means? Get in there. It's not like one of those scrubs. Ready? Look, I've never had. Here you go. Here you go. Right. Look, it doesn't matter. Look, it doesn't matter. Look, I've never had one person. Venus, Serena, Capriati, Roddick, Sharapova, Messina, Pierce, Kenin, Rude. It doesn't matter. Not one person, when I threw the ball, went like this. But not one person ever, okay? Even a club player. But when you have the racket in your hand, you guys go like this. You do all kinds of stuff. Catch, tap. Catch, tap. Catch, tap. Volley, simple.